One more, and then we're gonna wrap things up and get things out of here. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Barakallah fikum. It's my pleasure.
All right, we have David Prada with us. What's going on, David?
Hey, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
I can hear
Yeah,
you.
I can hear you. What's up?
All right. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to really talk about the on topic because I don't know that much about Ashir and that, but I have looked a little into this Isaac marrying a 3-year-old, and like that
Okay.
other brother was talking about, Brother James, there are some exegesis happening, and I mean I'll just say it very plainly is if when Abraham got the news, right when Abraham got the news that Rebecca was born, if she was immediately born and came and gave the news, and then right after that, immediately
She gave
Sarah
the news, or
died,
the news was given to her?
she was years old. So let me show you.
Okay,
If
so let
the
me
thing
just take
is,
you through the verses, and then you help me out. So Sarah was 90 when Abraham was
let,
100. Is that correct?
I understand what you're saying. Let
No,
me just
I mean,
explain this
I
real
wanna.
quick.
Okay.
I'll grant, just because somebody gets news doesn't mean the event happened immediately, because Abraham actually gets lots of news that many people were born, or else it wouldn't be news at all. Even news that the person that was born that begat Rebecca. So I don't know how long, or I mean y'all
So
probably
let me.
understand the age of when a woman can conceive and bear a child, but Abraham got the news that Bethel was born, and it's news to him because Abraham's pretty old. I mean, time could go by, much time could go by,
See
and
again.
Bethel
I
was
don't know
news to
which
Abraham.
verse we're talking about. So
Now,
let me ask you
oh,
this first. So
to
Sarah
Genesis,
was 90.
just go to
Hold on a second, David.
Genesis.
Hold on, David. Hold on.
Hold on. So
All
Sarah
right,
was
all
90
right.
when Abraham was 100. Is that correct?
Yes, no. What you're saying is the numbers are correct. The fallacy comes
Okay, but
in of what you're saying, that if it's true or not
let me
is in
understand.
Genesis 22, verse 23. You're saying, look, your logic is that if somebody gets news, the event happened immediately, and then she would be 3 years old. That's true. That
No,
all of that is correct.
that's not what I'm saying.
It really is true. That's the numbers are
Can
right.
I
You're right.
can
It's
I my
just because
numbers are
news
right, but
happens
I'm
doesn't
wrong.
mean the
Okay.
event happens.
So I'm not even talking about news right now. So let me just understand this. Sarah was 90 when Abraham was 100. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah, all the numbers you gave are
Okay.
correct. The logical problem comes
Hold
in
on. Hold on.
is
Let me just take it through, so
Bethel.
then
Just
you
because
can
Bethel's
stop me at my
born doesn't
logic.
mean
Okay.
Just walk through the line with me.
Abraham was 100 when
I
Isaac was
walk
born. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Okay. Sarah died at
yeah,
at
yes,
the
sir.
age of
I believe so. Yeah,
127 years. Okay. Isaac was born 40.
yes,
Isaac was 40 when he married Rebecca. Is that correct?
yes.
Rebecca was 90 when
When
Isaac
was
was born.
Rebecca
Is that
born,
correct?
though? But
Okay.
where's the
Hold
time
on.
period where Rebecca was?
We're getting to that. Right?
Where's the verse for
So
that?
we got you, bro. Relax, right? So when we talk about Sarah being 90 when Isaac was born, right? And Isaac was 37 when his mother
Yeah,
died, right? Okay.
yeah.
So Isaac at 37, his mother's death. So if he was 37 at his mother's death, which is when the Rebecca was born at the time of the death of
No, no,
Sarah,
no, no.
and
Where's the verse then?
uh,
Where's the verse? That's all I'm saying,
okay,
man. You gotta be careful.
okay, so there you
Is the
go, right?
verse 20
So
chapter
when do
22?
you so okay,
It's the verse. That's all I'm
okay, so
saying.
let's go to
Because I'm gonna trip myself if I don't say it, because I'm not really good at
excellent.
this stuff.
Let's go to Genesis 22. What was the verse you were saying?
22 verse 23. If you want to say,
So
logically
read it.
speaking, Rebecca was born right then and there, the second Abraham got the news, and that's true. She would be 3
Okay.
years old.
So
Problem is,
excellent.
he got a lot of
So
news,
now,
and a lot of kids are born, and a lot of time has passed. So we actually don't know when she was born. It could have been another 9 years, 10 years, 11 years, and then Rebecca, the news came and Rebecca was born. I mean, it's just, I mean,
okay.
that's just
So
the
now,
logic I say.
let's
I don't know. I might be mistaken.
let's read the verse, okay? And Bethuel begotten Rebecca. This is the verse, not the news,
Yeah.
but that Rebecca was begotten. So this is the verse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not that
Yeah.
news was brought. This is giving the actual birth of Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but in Genesis
So
22,
then those numbers
verse
make
20,
sense, right? Okay.
Yo, I
22.
grant you that. But the thing is,
Okay,
you have to
well, thank you
understand the
then.
context. The context of 22, chapter 22, verse 20, is he's getting news that is being told, and this is the news. He got married. He's having kids.
Once again,
and
the verse
all
is
of those.
not
If
saying-
you gotta
so-
ask
so
the question:
let
when
me-
did the news end?
David, I appreciate your input. We're not just going to go back and forth here.
I
When
mean,
what people can do is look at the rabbinic commentary like Rashi's that give you the clear wording of the verse is the birth of Rebecca, not the news reaching, and the numeric timeline. It is not three different timelines being meshed. You can take it straight down. Numbers clearly show that she was 3. It's okay. We don't have to go back and see.
it
Now,
might be so. All I'm reading is the Bible just says it came to pass after these things that it was told to Abraham, saying, giving the news, and then he lists the news. What happens? A lot of people were born, and all of that didn't happen on that day. I think
but this
if
is
you
the
if you
time frame.
that way, I
Look,
think you
but
could
this is-
agree with
this is-
me. And if a lot of time passed, she could just be older. That's all I would say.
Okay, so let me
I
ask
don't
you
know.
this.
I mean,
Let me ask you this, Dave. Was it 20 years later that he got the news?
I don't know. Anybody can assume anything.
So you're so again.
It could have been like
people-
you. It could have been immediately. It could have been immediately. I just don't think so.
Exactly.
Logically, I
So
think probably
that-
a little bit more time passed where she was
as-
more mature.
As again, if the numbers are putting her at 3 years of age, she's not going to be 23, right? So now you look at whether she was 4 or 5 or 3 or 2. This is what you're arguing between. You still have a 40-year-old marrying an infant. Right?
No,
So, all right. I'll tell you what. Listen. Don't take my word. Read Rashi's biblical commentary. Read his reports on it. He gives the Hebrew of it, the words of it, and so on, and it's very
all right.
clear.
I will. I'll look into it.
Real
Just-
quick,
I'm just
I
reading the English-
want to jump in here and say something because I do notice something else is that if we're looking at this verse, it says, now after these things it was told unto Abraham, and you see right here, you see the quotation marks, correct? Now the quotation marks end at the end of verse 22.
Yep.
That would mean that what was being told to Abraham, halas, it was finished at the end of verse 22. And then verse 23, it says Bethuel fathered or begot Rebecca. That would be outside of the news that was told to Abraham.
It's the same thing Rashi said. He said these are events.
Yeah, I don't know.
that are being
I'm reading the
stated
King James
independently in
Bible,
those
and
verses.
the King James Bible doesn't have any quotations.
Okay, so is the
that's-
ESV wrong?
That's all I would say to that. I'm just reading it.
I'll tell you what, like I said, go back and read, for example, Rashi, of biblical Judaic commentaries that give you the Hebrew timelines and all of that. That's who presented this, not us Muslims, right? So read them, and it clearly states the timeline, not 3 being meshed together. It's one linear timeline. Talks about events that happened together, mentions them. So, there you go. Appreciate
All
your
right.
time. Thank you so
All
much,
right, man.
David. May Allah guide you
Yeah.
to Islam.
Thank you.
And bless us all with that.
Yep. We'll see you later, David. Thank you very much for coming on. All right. Thank you very much. I want to respect your time.
Jazakallah khair.
I
Khairulla.
really
It's
appreciate
been a
you coming on.
pleasure, and may Allah make you steadfast in Islam and give you istiqamah and make you from the du'at who will give da'wah, and may Allah guide your wife and your mom and your family and all of Ohio and America and the world through you and me, and may Allah accept it from us. Don't be a stranger. Give me a call sometimes. We'd love to come back on. And if you're ever in San Diego, like I said, you're my